I'd have to go through my um, flat files and so on, further storage cabinets, but I believe these are the only 3 extant proofs. They might have been the only ones printed, for that matter, of a linoleum block print I did during my freshman year of college at Parkland College, Champaign, Illinois. This one's dated December 8th, 73. This one's dated August 73. This one's not dated at all. It's like each was printed on some sort of block printing paper. And I don't remember where I drew the imagery from. I'm guessing that it was photograph inspired. It's also interesting to me because we have 3 African American men up against a wall. We have 4 police officers who appear to be white. Looks like up against a wall, like outside a like office building, perhaps. And it says insurance money. And considering all the now that it's 2016, all of the kind of news stories of the past several years of young black men being shot by officers and so on, and the Black Lives Matter movement and all the racial animosity that goes on in the United States, which has become much more prevalent, ironically enough, during the years of the administration of our first African-American president, as promoted especially by the anti-black racist leading presidential contender Donald Trump, who his leadership of the birther movement was purely racist, claiming that President Obama was not American-born. That itself was kind of overshadowed by Mr. Trump's venomous attacks against Mexican and other Spanish-speaking immigrants from Central South America and so on, as all being racists and murderers. His xenophobia, Islamophobia, his contempt for the disabled, and hatred of, just so many different people. So I find it ironic. As they say, some things don't change politically. So I just find it ironic to me that I was addressing whatever I was seeking to portray here. The title is has a bit of kind of youthful idealism, perhaps, to it, called The Repression of the Revolution. Of course, I can mention another great irony. In fact, the Black Panthers and black African-American students, I remember at Cornell University, for example, I think in 1968 or 69, who showed up with, there was, a heavy city, state, and federal police, FBI repression, imprisonment, and shooting deaths of Black Panthers and so on. Meanwhile, heavily armed white racist militia groups throughout the country have been allowed to carry on their activities with tacit approval by city, state, federal police agencies. Had were all the heavily armed militia groups black, they would have been all slain or imprisoned long ago. But that's the power of the white alliance of the NRA, other so-called gun rights groups, and the so-called pro-life kind of Christian evangelicals and the legislative supporters who enable the heavily armed population of so many Americans and all the genocidal level of gun shootings, all the terrorist shootings, and I call them terrorist shootings, in college campuses and schools and workplaces, work sites, movie theaters, shopping centers, restaurants, and so on, almost all of which are perpetrated by white, Christian, armed Americans. But the media doesn't call that terrorism. They only call it terrorism if it's mainly Muslim extremists, which have been very few of the mass shooting terror attacks in the United States. Anyway, there you have it. 1973, the Repression of the Revolution. Linoleum block print.